What's up, my doers and duettes? Welcome to another episode of SportsCy. So I'm over here at Starbucks just doing a little bit of work. I can't believe we're already halfway through March, which is nuts. All right, so we got the NCAA tournament going on, and man, there's already a lot of teams knocked out. The way Arizona got knocked out by Buffalo, shouts out to them. So hopefully Bama buckles up and hangs on, man. I don't want them to get knocked out too early. All right, so today what I got on my books is I got to do a lot of programming. I got to do programming for online clients, for myself, and also for the kids today. But I'm gonna have a little bit more time at lunch, and I'm gonna catch y'all up with what I'm about to do. So now eating lunch. And my schedule has been crazy lately. So one thing that I did notice is that we're already halfway through March. I mean, this weekend is St. Patrick's Day. I mean, everything is green right now. Delicious. Anyways, so with all this stuff going on, it's easy to lose track of time. And before I know it, we're already going to be into summer. And I was working out yesterday, and I was just getting a little bit of an upper body workout in. And I was like, yeah, I'm making some gains, but I need to start shredding because I need to look good at the beach. So doing all the programming right now, I was like realizing that with my plan, I've been working on muscle gain, but I have been working on what my fat loss is because I was gaining. So now I really need to start thinking about how I'm gonna lose body fat and also maintain athletic performance. All right, so exactly how I'm gonna do that to maintain my athletic performance and work on my fat loss, I gotta make sure that I weigh myself. So let's do it. Alright, just how bad is it? How badly have I let myself go? Woo! Ooh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. All right, so now that we know my actual weight, my starting weight, now we can actually start to figure out exactly what I need to do for the next 3 months so that I get as shredded as possible, but while maintaining athletic performance. Now, before I begin, so I must explain what I mean by athlete. So how I view myself as an athlete is a mixed sports athletes, because there's different types of athletes. There's endurance runners, those are the people that do run long distances, and then there's people that do powerlifting, Olympic lifting. It's two different types of aesthetics that we're going for. Powerlifters, man, they need to have a considerable amount of body fat along with the muscle that they're gaining. Endurance runners tend to like look at having too much muscle mass as a bad thing, and so they're not going to have the ideal body type that I want. So I'm going to have more of a mixed sports athlete, and so body. So what I mean by that is a football player, basketball player, soccer player. So think about the Cristiano Ronaldos, Le'Veon Bells, LeBron James, that body type. So just want to be like that lean but still muscular and still good with overall performance. Start things off. Let's begin. So the first thing that I gotta make sure I do in order to lose fat loss, the first thing that I gotta do is I gotta figure out what my caloric intake is and how much fat am I willing to lose every week, because that is very, very important in terms of my performance. All right, so let's start writing things down. Look, the weight's already disappearing. Oh, never mind. So the starting weight, 180 points. All right, so now that we have the starting weight down, now we need to figure out calories that we're gonna eat and our fat loss rate, right? So usually it'd be around 2,000 for just the average person, but we're just gonna cross that off. Now, how you usually figure out the number is that it really varies on what your activity level is. So for example, me, because I play a sport and if I'm being active, that means I need to take my body weight in pounds times around 15 to 16, and that's what I'm gonna get. Usually my calories right now that I'm maintaining is about 3,000, 2,900, given what my fitness pal says. So I am at 180. I don't want to lose too much weight. Anything below 172 is way too much, is what I feel. So I'd say 174 is a good number for me to look at. Essentially, that gives me, if we're doing some quick math,
+2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick math.
6 pounds fat loss per week. Maybe you dig? Oh yeah. Dang it. One of the first steps is calorie restriction, so. Anyways, let's continue. So 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calorie deficit. Now how we'd usually get that is by doing around, by reducing 500 calories for each day, totaling out to 3,500 calories for the week. So to get 0.6 or 0.5, somewhere close to it, we're gonna do -250. So now the calories I'm gonna be eating at are gonna be 2750. And that's where I'm starting. And we'll see how that goes. Now, the next step, protein!
Protein! Where's the goddamn protein, Mom? Told you to get me some protein!
So, like an idiot, I was thinking that I was recording all this stuff that I wrote down, but yeah, anyways, so usually with protein, you're eating 1.5 grams of protein if you're a mixed sports athlete, so being really active. So for me, with this number, that means I'm gonna be around 250 grams or 270 grams of protein per day, which is a lot. I know what y'all are thinking. Yes, but the reason why protein is important is because a lot of athletes, when they're going on a diet, they tend to ignore protein. And what starts to happen is they don't get enough to maintain muscle mass, they don't get enough to recover, and on top of it, they just end up getting injured. I'm not trying to get anywhere near close to it, and now let's go to the next one, and that is fat. All right, so now fat is very important. As you can tell, I actually put it before carbs. Fat is very essential for survival. So if you reduce the amount of fat that you have in your diet, your hormones are gonna start acting kinda wacky. And so that's why people that are on a diet are a little bit on edge. And that leads into the next thing, which is carbohydrate. When it comes down to it, what I'm gonna be aiming for is about 1.5. That ends up being to where, because my ideal weight that I wanna be at is 174, I'm gonna be aiming for 174 grams of carbs per day. And so that does it. To make sure I write down the gram. That's fat, 174 grams. I need to put this somewhere I can see it every day, because if I'm actually going to succeed at this thing, I need to see this every day. So I'm gonna put it right over here. What the? Come on, stick. Said stick. Okay, well, we have finally here, as you can see, for the shred that we're gonna be doing, got our calories set, 2750, protein aiming for 250, 275. The reason is because we want to maintain as much muscle mass as possible. 30 to 60 grams of fat each day, because we're not trying to be moody out there, trying to be nice to people. And then when it comes to carbs, we're gonna do 174. Actually, wait, there's something wrong here. Let me fix it. There we go. Protein. All right, so now that we got everything set, now it's time for us to set forward with this plan. So I plan to apply to this daily, and I'll only make changes if I find myself losing weight too fast, meaning that I'm losing muscle along the process. So if you're new to the channel and you wanna follow along as I go on my journey on the SportsCy shred, make sure to subscribe. We're gonna continue doing the March Madness where I'm gonna be uploading every other day because even if Alabama gets knocked out of NCAA tournament, I'm not giving up this March Madness, and I'm gonna continue to upload for you. So give this video a like if you enjoyed it and if you found it useful, and put in the description below what you plan to do this summer in terms of reaching your aesthetic goals, whether that's bulking or cutting. Let me know, and if you need some help with that, shoot me an email at shemafitness@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to give you a program or help you along the way. Thanks for checking me out.